And looking back now, I mean, obviously a few of them got tour cards or tour cards back, and some of them have had tour cards, and I was keeping good company, and they gave me confidence going into then the global championships after that. I think it's all about winning, so winning the windmill tour for me. My first time on a stage in front of people, and it really helped me towards the end of the year. But as soon as I come in and play on stage, I seem to play a lot better, and then especially in front of the crowd, I seem to up it again.
Hello, welcome along to the latest edition of the Tungsten Talk here at the MODUS Super Series, where we delve into the darting lives of some of the players that play here at the MODUS Super Series. The person that we're joined alongside tonight began his career as an ADC star, came to the Super Series that is now a very much a permanent part of the furniture. Happy to say that Charlie Mites, myself and Matthew Edgar here in the studio. Is it fair to say that the last 12 months have been a bit of a whirlwind since we first saw you, Charlie?
Yeah, definitely. Before that, I hadn't really played anything bar a challenge tour for 1 year, and then in that whole year, I sort of pretty much played everything.
The ADC was very important for yourself. Was it very important for your development in that period of time?
Yeah, definitely. The first weekend that I went to in Middlesbrough, I won an event, and then I got the invite here, and then it sort of like rolled from there.
And we're seeing it more and more often, Matt, aren't we, players coming from the ADC system, coming here, not just coming here as a qualifier and having like a nice couple of days, but coming here and having a real impact on the competition.
Yeah, we've seen players go on and win weeks and challenge at Champions Week for it that have came down that pathway. And that's the good thing about the ADC and the partnership here with the Super Series, because it dangles that carrot. It gives the opportunity for players to develop on that pathway. And we're not just talking about what Charlie's mentioning here in regards to sort of going to Middlesbrough and going to these sort of big events. This happens from the vault system as well. So there's opportunities to play locally, to play in your sort of your pubs and your clubs in your local area, and get here at the Super Series. And we've seen that pathway really come to the forefront in recent times as well.
So was it a case of vault upwards then for yourself with the ADC?
Not really, no. I sort of started the windmill tour first. I played a couple of vaults, but I didn't play a lot. I just took a jump into it, just thought, why not? I played the challenge tour, like I said, a year before. I wasn't good enough, but I just dipped my toe in, and then that win sort of just steamrolled everything, and then I got invited to here, the windmill tour finals, and now I love it. It's brilliant.
Was it a bit of a surprise when you picked up that title of the windmill tour?
Yeah, I didn't expect anything. Went there with a completely open mind. I went there on my own. Didn't go with anyone. Didn't know many people. I think it really helped me going there with no expectations, because sometimes now I go to a competition with high expectations, and sometimes it just doesn't go that way. So.
As you mentioned, you got to the tour final. Was that kind of the same case again? Because you actually look at the field of players. You had the likes of Andy Bolton in there, Bradley Brooks, Neil Duff, Darryl Pilgrim was in there, Gary Stone. I could reel off a huge list of big names. And was it again a case of, right, I might be the one that might not have the CV of the others, but that gives me an element of a free hit?
Absolutely, and that's exactly how I looked at it. And looking back now, I mean, obviously a few of them got tour cards back, and some of them have had tour cards, and I was keeping good company, and they gave me confidence going into then the global championships after that. It's my first time on a stage in front of people, and it really helped me towards the end of the year.
There's always a point you realise that you can compete. And there's always a moment where you sort of, when you look back, you reflect and you go, that was it. I know from my own experience, it was Kevin Painter, because I was practicing and playing with Kevin, and at the time he was in the top 16 of the world, and I was starting to rival him and challenge him. I wasn't beating him, but I was getting close. And I thought, well, if I can challenge someone in the top 16 of the world, then I can go on this same sort of journey and go get a tour card. And exactly the same sort of thing here that Charlie's describing there, where, yes, you're around these sort of players, you're keeping that company, you're actually competing with them. And it mentioned at the start of this that when you went to the challenge tour, didn't feel good enough, didn't feel ready, didn't have that belief, where now when you look at it and you go, well, actually I was keeping company with the likes of what you say there, Andy Bolton and those sort of players who are now on the tour again, who are now back out there competing. And you think, well, it wasn't that long ago that I was in there rivaling with these sort of players, and that gives you the confidence then to go and take that next step.
So let's talk about the tournament itself. Joe Croft was your first victory, and I think one thing we found out very quickly was you're a very popular person in the building.
Yeah, I mean, every man and their dog come and supported me. It was really nice. I mean, I didn't ask anyone to come, but yeah, everyone come, bought their tickets, and it made it more nerve-wracking backstage. Before, when I was practicing, I was quite nervous. You obviously don't want to let people come, let them down and come here for one game. But as soon as I got on that stage, I completely went into a zone, and you never know if you're going to take to it. But I'm glad I did. I mean, there's a few iffy doubles in that game at the end, but majority of the game, I felt really comfortable.
You said you was nervous beforehand. Did you enjoy that feeling, though?
Yeah, it's excitement, adrenaline. It's a bit of a mix of all three. But as soon as I got on that stage, absolutely loved it.
Then the semi-final against Bradley, and Bradley raced away with the game, didn't he? Went 3-1 up, was playing well, and I think me and Nico were we were commentating in the commentary gantry, and we were looking at Bradley and thinking, oh, he's going to win the afternoon. And then you just suddenly just found this real purple patch, didn't you, to turn it around?
Yeah, I think he messed something up, didn't he? And he ended up leaving double 11, I think.
Yeah, he hit double 18 on the setup, and then went for double 11, didn't he?
And that was match starts. And then once I nicked that leg, gives you a bit of confidence. And he probably feels a bit down. And yeah, the game switched, and obviously the last leg, I was just full of adrenaline, and the 180s went. And yeah, I was just trying to play as quick as I could, just not to let myself think about it.
11 data, wasn't it, or something like that in the end?
Yeah, it was nice. I loved that feeling, but I mean, I felt like I'd sort of won that at the point. Like when he come off, I didn't really know what to do, and I tried to calm myself down too much, which I probably shouldn't have done. Should have kept myself up going into the final, because then I felt really flat. And Andy, you know, he plays his own pace and didn't suit me, and he taught me a lesson in the final.
I was going to say, was that a case of your inexperience and his experience kind of combining together, kind of?
Massively, because I mean, not so much now, but definitely then I was much more of a rhythm player, and he's not going to throw a dart until he's ready, and it took me out of my rhythm, but I mean, yeah, he did the job on me.
Proudest thing you've done so far, or up there?
Yeah, definitely up there. I mean, yeah, if not, I mean, because it's on stage in front of people, I like that I showed bottle, especially against Brad. Yeah, it's definitely up there.
More TV finals than that man sat next to you, put it that way.
Had to put that in there.
But for someone like Charlie, again, this is what the ADC system's all about. Look, you want, from a product perspective, for us as broadcasters on Pluto TV or whatever TV network we're assigned to, of course, you want to see the likes of Bradley Brooks there, but you're also going to have that story and someone like Charlie to burst through to show that actually the pathways are working.
I always think the story's the most important part. That's what sport's about. You know, it's not always about Luke Littlers and Luke Humphreys battling it out at ton plus averages where they barely miss a single thing and it's just who has the throw. You want to see the drama. You want to see those mismatched darts. You want to see those opportunities. That creates drama. That creates story. That's probably the wrestling fan in me coming out, to be honest. I want to see that sort of that battle. But absolutely, that's something we've had on that stage on many occasions.
And then that gave you the invite to the Global Championship. What would be your overriding feelings looking back on that now?
It's still disappointment because I didn't win it. But yeah, I mean, I made the quarterfinals, so I've done something right, and obviously it's played like a Super Series week, so I managed to get through. But yeah, I mean, what could have been? I started too slowly against Adam and missed a few doubles, and he sort of ran away with it, and I thought I'd have a really good last leg. But yeah, I mean, the better man won on the day.
You've had good experiences here in terms of a Tour Championship final, a Global Championship quarter-final. In terms of your relationship with the Super Series itself, and definitely improvement in terms of your results. First time they qualify. Second time, how much have you had Mervyn King voodoo dolls bought?
Yeah, I know. It's 3 times that week. But yeah, again, it's I think I didn't really learn from the Tour finals because after I beat Jamie, it's the same thing. It's like massive adrenaline rush, and then on to the next game and like a big dump. And I still played well enough. I mean, he had a couple of good finishes in there, but yeah, I wasn't quite as good as I was in the previous game.
And that is all an experience thing because look, we say it so often, the stage game and the floor game, they're two completely different imposters, aren't they?
They are, and you know, they're very different depending what stage they are as well, because the higher up the ranks you go, you've then got to consider things like comfort breaks, ad breaks, all sorts of different things that will break the flow and the rhythm of the game. And do you know, there's some players that love the stage game, there's some people that love the floor, some people like game after game and that sort of tournament style, others love just having the opportunity to sort of prepare for that one match and the build up to it. It's why I asked the question a moment ago, did you enjoy the nerves? Because it's all part of the process, because that's just building up that sort of anxiety in different atmospheres. You're practicing in the back, it's quiet, maybe a bit of music on, but then as soon as you come out, it's like different. The lights hit you, we have smoke machines in here, the noise of the people that give you that sort of instant feedback as well. So there's a completely different sort of dynamic you have to adjust to, but nothing beats the stage game. Nothing.
It's interesting because you've been here for the ADC stuff. You've been here for the Super Series, and obviously the ADC stuff's a bit more is effectively knockout. Apart from the pool stage of the Global Championship, obviously this is round one. Which format do you prefer personally?
Knockout. Add a bit of pressure. It makes me focus more, and then that's enhanced when you play on stage in front of people. It's more pressure, and I just seem to focus more, go into more of a zone. I struggle a bit when I go to just the normal ADC tour when there's no streaming and nothing like that. My averages aren't quite up to scratch, but as soon as I come here and play on stage, I seem to play a lot better, and then especially in front of a crowd, I seem to up it again.
I was going to say, you kind of embrace that factor, don't they? And I think they kind of embrace you too.
Definitely, yeah. And yeah, having a lot of support behind you definitely helps.
Away from here, it's been a good year. Is it fair to say on the Challenge Tour, a few quarterfinals, a few semis? It's been really solid, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been okay. Like I say, I think definitely a quarterfinal that I know of, but again, I don't feel like I'm performing as I should. But that quarterfinal that just recently I had again, I think Stefan Bellman beat me. Quarterfinal, I didn't play well that day at all, but I still got to a quarterfinal. So I definitely take positives from that. But I think there's a lot more to come. So
effectively, you're at a good level, but you don't feel like you're the complete package yet.
Yeah, I'm just not consistent enough, and I'm not showing what I know that I can do, especially at home.
So what do you feel like going forward towards the end of 2025? What's the goals? What's the targets? What have you kind of set for yourself?
The immediate goal was obviously to win this, and then I've got either Champions Week, or if not, then it's Challenge Tour on the next weekend. But it's just a win. I just want to win competitions, and after last year doing all the Windmill Tour, the Global Championships, I really thought that I would win a lot more than I have this year. But I mean, it starts, I leave one winner out of all those hundreds of people that play. So, but yeah, I just want to win something.
Obviously, last year you qualified for the Globals through your tour ranking. Obviously, that's not going to happen this year. Is it going to be a case of maybe, if you want to go back to the Globals, is it going to be a case of maybe going to one or two of the qualifiers, or possibly getting yourself seeded in a regional position?
Yeah, I'd imagine a qualifier. I think it's Champions Week winners get a spot as well. Yes. If not, then it's going to probably be a qualifier, yeah.
And it is going to be, I think that race for the Global Championship is going to be very interesting. Obviously, we've seen that the prize money that's on offer this year, 60 grand to the winner, and those that have qualified already, they're going to feel happy. But I think the actual end qualifier that we're going to have, the last chance to do ones, they're going to be packed out, aren't they?
Do you know what? I've looked at this because I was looking at the players that have sort of qualified already, let's say 60 bags on the line. And you look at that and you think, that might be worth getting the darts out for, actually. Might have a little go at this. And then you look at the players that are going to sort of be around and you think, I think the qualifier is probably going to be just as, if not harder, than the actual main event.
So let's go a little bit further in the future. We've spoken about the end of 2025. Moving forward, I'm going to assume the tour card's very high up on the agenda.
Yeah, of course. But that'll be the main goal in January. And then after that, I'll play it by ear. I mean, I'll be disappointed if I don't get it. I know I'm going to have to play a lot more consistent, but I mean, it softens the blow a bit. Obviously, a couple of weeks after, if you've got so much to do, you've got ADC, Challenge Tour, and this now, MODUS Super Series, and hopefully it'll be Globals. But there's so much to do now off of the Pro Tour that it's not as bad a thing now if you don't get your tour card.
I get the sense, just speaking to you, that you're somebody that, you got that strive and want to succeed, but you don't place that pressure on yourself that maybe we see with others, that you kind of take everything as it comes. Yeah,
I think I learned that at the start of the year. I put a lot of expectation on myself, and it really doesn't help. I think it's just too much pressure on yourself. So what will be. I'll practice as hard as I can, and then come the day, I've done all my work. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Sometimes people analyse too much, don't they, Matt?
I'm analysing right now. That's
See, people analyse too much.
That's what I'm trying to work out at the minute, because I've just heard something there I don't hear from a lot of players, which I really like. And that's, Charlie says, well, come January, I'll go to Q school. If I don't get my card, we'll assess it then. I've spoke to many players, either in a mentorship, coaching capacity, and they're always like, well, I'll go to Q school. If I don't do that, I'm going to do this, and I'll do that, and I'll do... And it's like, I never once in my life went to Q school thinking what's going to happen if I don't get a card, because I went there assuming I was going to get one. And most players now are going with plan B, plan C, plan D. Let's see what happens with plan A first. Focus on that. You don't need a backup plan. You're going to Q school to get a card, go get a card. If you need a plan B, you're not convinced you're going to get one, why are you going? That's my sort of argument with that. And Charlie doesn't have that plan B yet. I love it.
Right, let's finish off with some quick fire questions, shall we?
Okay, go.
Best thing you've ever done in darts?
I mean, it's all about winning. So winning the windmill tour for me, one of those. Yeah.
What's the one thing you haven't done yet that you want to do?
Win a week, yeah.
And then after that?
Tour card.
That's two things. I'll be honest, I haven't really thought up this game properly.
You made the rules.
I made the rules and I don't even know what the rules are. Charlie, thank you so much for popping up. Really do appreciate it. Matt, thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you for watching Charlie Martin's Tungsten Talk here at the MODUS Super Series. Do stay tuned for more episodes to come.